VR, a technology feared by the government. The possibilities, the ideas, the hypotheticals. Very, very dangerous technology. Having the ability to immerse yourself into a world unlike our own, to indulge in activities that you can't normally do. Like lose your virginity, you gamers! Haha. Yep, today we're talking about that. VR hentai, and my very first experience with this medium, which I honestly did know would come someday, but I did not think it would be this soon. I'm gonna hop into the story real quick, but please, before we get into it, I just gotta ask one thing. Are you subscribed? And if you are not subscribed, then unfortunately, you cannot access the rest of this story time. Access denied. Restricted information. It's like a video game. You gotta level up, man. And what better way to get experience points than subscribing? Here, I'll literally give you 5 whole seconds to subscribe. Okay, now that you've subscribed, let's get into the story. Alright, so like I was saying, I didn't exactly plan this coming of age story. I always knew this VR porn shit existed, but the closest I ever got to it was taping my phone to my face, trying to watch some VR porn on Pornhub with the 360 thing, you know, where like if you move, it moves with it. That didn't work very well, obviously. However, after years and years of my boys John and Davon crying, begging, practically screaming on their knees, asking if I could please just get myself an Oculus so I could play VR games with them, I decided to never listen to them. Yet somehow, still got one on a whim and made them happy. See, I got it right here. I even got like the battery pack and shit, you know, I'm a baller. But that's not really the point of the story here. The point is, now that I had a VR headset, naturally, whether it took a little bit or a long time, I would eventually reopen that possibility of experiencing many VR experiences. It actually took me longer than I thought to think about the hentai. Like a month or so after I got my Oculus was when I finally went, this might go crazy. So I just went on to Pornhub from my headset and searched for a couple videos and watched ones that someone else made, you know? That sounds kind of, how do I explain this? So, like, yeah, I have this on. It wasn't a game, it was just a POV video. But it was an anime character or an anime styled character, so it was just like this, and you know, but it was, you know, I wasn't interacting with it, I was just watching it. And yeah, I did that about twice. It was kind of mid. I needed something more, an experience that I'm in charge of. Think of it this way. That was a dream, and I wanted to lucid dream. So I decided, you know what, it's time to get an actual VR hentai game so I could control it myself. All the right positions and stuff. I will be the one controlling the outcome of this. That sounds kind of weird. With the game's consent, of course. Obviously. Come on now. So I looked up on Reddit if I could become a pirate like Captain Hook, and on an unrelated note, also wanted to find out where I could procure a good game for my needs. A couple hours later, I realized I wasn't going to be able to find one. I literally went on so many websites, tried so many things, but man, the market for easy access, free download VR hentai games is not really there. Or at least not in the time limit I had. As it was already really late that night, so I decided to call it a day. And overall, gave this whole journey a rest. Kind of forgot for a minute, but I couldn't run away from my destiny forever. That itch, it wouldn't go away. And I had to scratch it. A week later, I sighed as I opened up Steam. VR Kanojo, 50 buckaroos, which I am pissed about, by the way. I literally looked at the price to make sure that I got the price right for the video, because I didn't want to say a price that it wasn't. And right now, literally as they're recording this video, they are having a sale half off. What the hell? If I was just a little bit patient, I would have been a little bit less broke. This is some bullshit, man. But back to the topic at hand. So yeah, I purchased it, 50 bucks down the drain, and this was near the end of the month, near the end of the pay cycle before the next one, so I was getting a little broke, but I was desperate, man. It was late, and I was like, oh man, I just gotta do it, man. I have to. The Grizzly Bear was coming outside, I was like, ah! And it took me extremely long to get this game to work initially. I was and still am very unfamiliar with VR games on Steam, side quest, or anything that isn't from my Oculus store itself. So I had no clue how to make it work. I just kept trying to open the game from Steam on my PC, had the USB connected into my headset, and all this different ways of doing it, troubleshooting, changing settings, trying to open it from different stuff, and I was very confused. And after about an hour of that, I finally figured out somehow that I gotta open it from my headset, go on to desktop mode, which if you don't know what desktop mode is, it's basically going on to my PC, like literally using my PC from my headset. So like, let's say I'm in here, I got the controller, and you can choose a monitor. So like, let's say I chose my first one, my main one, so I'd go onto that, and I would be seeing the screen. Then I'd go to Steam, which would be at the bottom of my toolbar, and you know, all that. So it's a little tedious because you're using this. So I went onto Steam and literally opened it from my PC, but from my Oculus, instead of from my PC, from my PC. I don't know what made the difference, but for some reason that worked, and the game wasn't laggy, because before, I did some other way that I don't really remember, and it was just extremely laggy, super unplayable, and it was weird. But I finally got it. Keep in mind, when I finally got it, it was about maybe 2:30 in the morning, and my shorts were down. They were off. I think I was wearing these exact shorts. Just kidding. I wasn't wearing these shorts because they were down, because I was already ready to go. You know, I was like, this ain't gonna take too long. We got this. I was wrong. But if anyone had walked in during that entire thing, I would have been screwed, because even though I wasn't even beating my meat yet, it just looked strange. Just imagine my shorts are down, man. And I'm like that, man. It just wouldn't look right. It just wouldn't look right. So yeah, I finally got into the game. I was so happy. I played through the first little bit, and it was like talking to this girl for 20 minutes. I was like, okay, you know, a little introduction. I get it. You know, every game has this tutorial. And I was rizzing her up, you know, saying nice little pickup lines and shit. And just getting used to the controls and all that. And it ended with us finally kissing. And that was it. Just kissing. I was heartbroken. How am I meant to accept paying $50 for VR hentai and not getting to do the dirty? That whole sentence sounds extremely sad when I say it out loud. Is this post-nut clarity I'm going through right now? Like a week later, this has never happened to me before. Damn. I was so mad because I knew there was a way to fuck her, because I'd seen videos of it from other people's point of views of this exact game. So I searched up how to like actually fuck, because I knew there was a way. I just assumed I couldn't on Steam, because maybe Steam had the not hentai version. I don't really know still to this day. It could have been honestly just me overthinking it, and maybe I just had to play more. But I'll explain in a minute why I think that wasn't the case, why I think I'm still right. Because it turned out I had to download the not safe for work patch, which, why would I have to download a not safe for work patch if it was already not safe for work? So I don't know. Steam kind of an L for that, but it is what it is. Y'all, ignore my foolishness. I think the reason that I had to download that patch is because that patch just unlocked future levels that I would have unlocked had I played the game naturally. But as you could tell from my rant within this video, I didn't feel like spending that type of time, nor did I even know at the time. That's why I'm recording this a little bit later, to inform you that future me does know. I only spent about an hour on the game. I can actually show the exact time I spent on the game in one playthrough. But yeah, just wanted to put that little bit in the video so you guys know that I've learned from my mistakes. I'm not blaming Steam for anything. I'm blaming myself. So yeah, 30 minutes of some real hacker technology, installing files into other files and moving the files into the other things and downloading the patch and all that stuff later. I'm in. After that, instead of the bedroom area where you start with, I did the bathroom mission. I meant level. I don't really know what to call it. It's literally a VR hentai thing. It's not like a normal game. What do you, like, it doesn't say level, it doesn't say mission. I don't know what to call it. But calling a VR hentai game missions is kind of amazing. So I'm just going to keep calling it missions from now on. So yeah, it was a mission in the bathroom, and I had to like scrub a dub her, you know, like, before you get in the bath, you know, you scrub all this stuff. So I had the soap, you know, I was scrub dubbing her. She was right in front of me and all that. And I kept going for the prize too early, if you know what I mean. I kept interacting with areas on her that you interact with when you're about to enter the main portion of that mission. But I must have been a bit too quick, too impatient, because the female character, I don't think she actually has a name, so I'm just going to keep calling her woman or female character. She just got up and said, geez, you just want to fuck, or something along those lines, you know, just pretty much saying you're just, you know, a pervert or whatever, and just left the bathroom with soap still on her and shit. It was like, at least let me finish washing you off. That was another decent chunk of time down the drain, and I still hadn't completed my mission. So that was when I realized that this was going to be no simple task. They really make you earn your nut. And I gotta respect them, to be honest. The difficulty scale on this game is unheard of in the world of hentai. So I started the game up again, went to the bathtub level, was outside the bathtub with her still, and tactfully washed her for a fat fucking minute. After doing that, we went into the bathtub together and got to move on to the next part of the mission. Doing it in the bathtub! And yeah, that was nice and all, but it wasn't enough. I needed one last mission for the night. So I decided to try my hand at the bed mission. And I did it so, like, let's say, you know, I got this, you know, I got this on, and I'm right here, and this is the controller, because I'm not gonna carry both controllers. Although if you do carry both, you can do like that. You know, you can grab, you can grab and stuff, and you can do other things. But yeah, so this is the interacting hand. This was I just did this. I was just dancing with this hand. You don't gotta worry about what this hand was doing the whole time. And also, I actually forgot about this till just now. But at the same time as doing this, since it's from Steam and it's a VR game, my screen was also showing on this. So that's another thing that if someone walked in, not only would it be embarrassing because they caught me doing what I was doing, but they could see what I was doing, which is 20 times worse because it was showing everything on this screen while I'm doing it in here. It's so bad, man. Steam, step your game up, please. But yeah, so I was doing it like that. She was right here, and, so it was like that, it was kind of fire. I felt like I had finally won. I was going to get to experience the closest thing to real sex that I could, as being an anime fan had already forced me to go down this path of virginity. But I miscalculated. My stamina that night was on an entirely different level than my past performances, because I expected it was going to be quick and easy. But no, my character nutted like 10 seconds before I was ready, and since it's the game and how it works, both the characters finish together, a nice little romantic experience, but since they're done, they just stopped fucking. So I essentially finished the mission, and, to them just sitting there, which I don't blame the game for. That's just kind of how it works. I blame myself for not using all of my Batman prep time to properly ready myself for any and all possible outcomes. But alas, I had done it. Maybe not in the perfect way that I wanted, but I had done it. I had successfully played my very first VR hentai game, and to be honest, it was a pretty nice experience. Like a solid 6.5 out of 10. Would play again. Only reason I docked points is because of my own fault of not knowing how to set up the game and fucking up my timing at the end. So think of this as a rating of the experience itself and not the game. The game is fantastic. Probably 10 out of 10. I haven't played any other VR hentai games to compare it to, so I'm just going to say 10 out of 10 for now because it was pretty nice. Steam version might be a little bit less because, but if you have the patch, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. And I might open it up again one of these days if I'm really feeling like it. Because, I paid $50 for it, man. There's no way I'm not going to do it again. Let's be real. But for now, that is technically a once-in-a-lifetime experience. One that I'll remember forever. But yeah, that's really all I got. First off, thanks for watching. Second off, if you guys want more storytime videos like this, where I just tell random-ass stories from my life, then you should definitely go subscribe to the second channel, Eddie Hates Everything. Because I do videos like this all the time, and they are comedy gold, bro. I'm telling you, they are so funny. One more thing before I go, or two. Like the video, please, 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 please. I was going to say something along the lines of, like, it took a long time to make this video. It really didn't. I'm just telling a story about me being weird, bro. Like the video, and go please follow the Twitch, because the Twitch has been popping off in terms of the content. Not the numbers, but the content's been lit. Twitch.tv/EddieHatesAnime. We've been having so much fun. Here's a little sneak peek of what we do over there. Oh, fuck! Second. You bastard! Don't litter! You hear me? How does that not make you hype, man? That shit is lit. Please, just go follow. Go follow the Twitch, man. And yeah, thanks for watching, as I already said. Have a great day, and peace. Bye.